I ain't afraid of no ghost. What was that? Hello everyone, the December Review here, back again with a movie review. Today, we have the latest installment of the Ghostbusters series with the recently released Ghostbusters Afterlife. Minor spoilers are ahead. Set 32 years after Ghostbusters 2, Afterlife showcases a new family who has inherited an old dirt farm in Oklahoma. Once they arrive and start to settle in their new town, they start to uncover some strange items while some supernatural things start to happen. Oh, and they just so happen to be Egon Spengler's estranged family. It's been a long time coming for this third official entry in the Ghostbusters series. After the mega success of the paranormal New York investigational team became a cultural phenomenon back in 1984, the road to get here has been more difficult than creating your own proton pack. Thankfully, I can say that the wait was worth it, as Afterlife is a fun, action-packed, and sentimental film that successfully manages to hit all of the boxes on the Ghostbusters checklist. The plot is simple enough. A single mother inherits an estate, where the family uncovers the Ghostbusters mythology and ends up having to save the world, with a little help from the original cast. What stood out to me early on is that the dialogue was extremely well crafted. The casual conversations during the film's setup were funny and smart, and managed to convey that sense of humor the first films were known for. This was coupled with the very steady hand behind the camera as Jason Reitman bounced effortlessly around the dusty landscapes in more intimate settings. That helped make the film feel new again while staying true to the formula of the series. In this day and age of reboots, requels, do-overs, and legacy casting, Afterlife is one film that gets it right. And make no mistake, this is a requel. Any fan of the first film will be happy with the numerous subtle and not-so-subtle nods to the first film. The whole third act alone mirrors the original nearly beat for beat with its story. Thankfully, it's all done so well with enough surprises and enough mini marshmallow puffs that by the time the gatekeeper and keymaster show up, it's pure Ghostbusters delirium. The film's second act gets a bit bogged down as the new cast starts to put the pieces together, as unfortunately they have to catch up to the viewer who is already ahead of them having seen the first two films. Also missing is the city backdrop, which was much of a character in the series as anything else. The small town scenery does get a pretty big action sequence as the Ecto-1 gets to shake off a bit of its rust during a rather thrilling trap scene. And there's another odd moment where a legacy character gives the much-anticipated backstory as to where the original cast found themselves over the past few decades. The explanation itself was great, as it's a rather big moment in the movie, but the circumstances surrounding when that phone call was placed seemed way off. Not exactly the right time to catch up, but all that is rather nitpicking in an otherwise excellent film. The emotional response here is pretty big as well. The storyline involving the strained relationship between Callie and Egon is sprinkled throughout and comes full circle by the end. And this is an end that manages to celebrate the legacy of the entire series while also hinting at what the future holds. It's an exceptionally and masterfully created final act. So yes, Ghostbusters Afterlife gets a strong recommendation from me. In a world full of reboots, this one stands above most, managing to seamlessly blend the past with the new generation. It's funny, action-packed, loaded with marshmallows, and brings decades of friendships together for its emotional journey. I give Ghostbusters Afterlife 4 out of 5 stars, and look forward to the next one. Are you troubled by strange noises in the night? Do you experience feelings of dread in your basement or attic? Then don't wait another minute and subscribe to the channel for more.